Death Comes to Pemberley by P.D. James is a charming and refreshing trip back to the world of Jane Austen. It's a great read, first because it's written by P.D. James, one of the truly great detective and mystery writers, and second because it's a continuation of the story in Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. In an online interview, James says she was moved to write Death Comes to Pemberley because of her love for the work of Jane Austen. As those of us who have read Pride and Prejudice know, it was not just a fluffy romance. It was a biting comment on the class system in England. James retained some of that in Death Comes to Pemberley, but her major focus is on writing a good mystery. As the story begins, we're reacquainted with Darcy and Elizabeth of Pride and Prejudice fame 6 years after their marriage. They're the parents of 2 small boys, and Elizabeth is kept very busy raising her sons and running the large house on the Pemberley estate. She seems to be the same Elizabeth we loved in Pride and Prejudice, but Darcy has changed into a much more introspective and sensitive person in those 6 years, a little more concerned with the welfare of others and not so much with his own status. The Darcys are preparing for the annual autumn ball when a wildly driven carriage jerks to a stop at the front door of Pemberley, and Elizabeth's disgraced and airheaded sister Lydia jumps out, screaming that her husband Wickham has been murdered. At that point, the story and the mystery take off. I especially enjoyed the way James kept her writing style so close to the style of Austen, a feat that couldn't have been easy for a modern writer. In addition, she embellishes Darcy's background with new information that adds an intriguing touch to the story. P.D. James is not the only one to try to fill in the background of Elizabeth and Darcy and their family. Others that might be of interest are Mr. Darcy Takes a Wife by Linda Birdahl or The Diary of Henry Fitzwilliam Darcy by Marjorie Fassman. As Jane Austen would say, enjoy, dear reader.